All right, everyone, we've got late breaking news here. A new coronavirus has been discovered in China. I see that Chang the janitor has been at it again. Why do I get the eerie feeling, that this is going to be, yeah, a big event? I would recommend for you because people tend to panic when this sort of thing happens. We've seen it before. I would recommend having some extra supplies on hand. Yeah, just stock the pantry and get some canned beans and some toilet paper. Don't forget the can opener, of course. That was my advice during the first pandemic. I can't say, because this is going to be a YouTube video as well, I can't say my true thoughts on this. But I did have a couple of questions. Number one, what are the demographics of those that potentially are going to be infected? I bet it'll be telling, just like with the first wave. Number two, yeah, what laboratory is near the area where this virus was first discovered in bats? Because what could have happened is that COVID-19 gets out and gets into the food supply and shit like that. People are coughing and wheezing, and the virus is everywhere. And then more bats get infected and it mutates. So is this COVID-20? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure that the political powers that be, regardless of what form it takes, even if it's even sub-common cold, let's say it literally just causes a runny nose, will use it to their advantage because they love to panic the population to pass authoritarian laws. This is what happened before. This is what will probably happen now, assuming that it metastasizes. Now, right now, we're talking about it being found in an animal population. We're not talking about it being found in a human population. But the fact that there is a at least semi-novel coronavirus out there should disturb us because it appears that the Chinese at this point, you know how they were they'll launch, spy balloons and shit like that. They just basically throw everything at the wall and then infiltrate other countries with spies and stuff like that. It appears that basically bioweapons research has gone amok to the point where it's like, hey, the whole idea is just to kill off a shit ton of people to decrease the world's surplus population. Almost seems in line with the Georgia Guidestones, actually. What a coinky dink. Yeah, indeed. There are people who are extinctionists that want the human species to reduce to a much lower level. Now, I don't want to be in a crowded area either, but I like to think that the world is big enough and has enough resources for people generally to live a reasonable lifestyle and for people to have, generally land. Not everyone wants it. Some people want to live in a city. Okay, more power to you. That's perfectly fine. It seems like China is on a depopulation spree. I have a feeling that Chang the janitor didn't get burned at the stake after all. No, he just moved to a different lab. They just transferred him. And once again, you've got a little bit of a problem. I'm being kind of glib. That's mostly a joke, although in the case of the Wuhan lab, it's entirely possible. I'm serious about that one. People think that I'm crazy for thinking it, but it's China. Stranger things have happened there. You may have noticed this. With regards to this new novel coronavirus, it's right now they've identified it in bats. Problem is, if they take it, sequence it, engineer it, and then Chang the janitor gets greedy again, you could have another problem. So you might want to have a couple weeks supply on hand or something like that. That's about all. Peace out.